In the bustling city of Lagos, where traffic never seemed to sleep and dreams walked hand in hand with struggle, there lived a young woman named Amara. Amara was the kind of girl people noticed before she even spoke. Every morning, her edges were laid so perfectly that they looked painted onto her skin. Her caramel complexion glowed beneath the Nigerian sun like polished bronze. Her smile could brighten a room full of worried people, and her confidence made heads turn wherever she went. She was young, she was beautiful, she was fashionable, and she knew it. Whenever she stepped outside, people stared. Women admired her. Men chased after her. Children pointed at her colorful outfits and shiny accessories. On social media, she was becoming famous. Her videos attracted thousands of views. Her photographs gathered endless compliments. People described her as flawless. To outsiders, Amara seemed to have everything. What nobody knew was that she spent most nights wondering if anyone genuinely loved her. Many admired her appearance. Many wanted her attention. Many wanted to show her off. But very few wanted to know the real person beneath the makeup, the expensive hairstyles, and the carefully curated social media posts. Still, Amara remained hopeful. She believed love existed. She believed somewhere out there was a man who would see her heart before her beauty. Years passed. Her popularity continued growing. Brands began sending products. Fashion companies invited her to events. Her life looked glamorous. One evening, during a high-profile event in Victoria Island, she met a man named Chike. Unlike everyone else, Chike did not seem overwhelmed by her beauty. He appeared calm, confident, mature, successful. He carried himself with quiet authority. His words were measured. His actions seemed intentional. For the first time in years, Amara felt seen. Their friendship developed naturally. Months turned into a year. A year turned into 2. People admired them together. Friends called them the perfect couple. Family members celebrated their relationship. Everything appeared to be heading toward a fairy tale ending. Then came the proposal. The internet exploded with excitement. Photos flooded social media. Comments poured in. People celebrated their love story. Wedding plans began immediately. Designers were hired. Venues were booked. Guests prepared expensive outfits. The wedding became one of the most anticipated events among their friends and relatives. As the day approached, Amara felt happier than she had ever been. She imagined building a family. She imagined growing old with someone who understood her. She imagined a future filled with laughter and stability. For once, life seemed perfect. Then the wedding day arrived. The venue sparkled with elegance. Flowers decorated every corner. Music filled the air. Guests arrived dressed in beautiful asoebi. Cameras flashed continuously. Everything looked magical. Amara entered looking breathtaking. Her dress shimmered beneath the lights. Her perfectly laid edges framed her face. Her caramel skin glowed. Many guests later admitted they had never seen a bride look more beautiful. The ceremony began. People waited eagerly. Then something unexpected happened. Something nobody anticipated. Something that would change Amara's life forever. Chike disappeared. At first, people assumed there had been a delay. Perhaps traffic. Perhaps an emergency. Perhaps a misunderstanding. Minutes passed. Then more minutes. Soon whispers spread through the venue. Concern turned into panic. Phone calls went unanswered. Messages remained unread. Family members searched everywhere. Hours passed. The truth slowly emerged. Chike was not coming. The groom had abandoned the wedding. Guests looked at one another in disbelief. The celebration transformed into confusion. The confusion transformed into embarrassment. The embarrassment transformed into heartbreak. At the center of it all stood Amara. Frozen. Shocked. Unable to understand what was happening. The cameras that once celebrated her now captured her humiliation. The same internet that praised her beauty began discussing her tragedy. Within hours, social media exploded. People speculated. People judged. People created stories. People laughed. People sympathized. Everyone had an opinion. Very few understood her pain. When Amara finally returned home that night, something inside her shattered. The confident young woman disappeared. The cheerful content creator vanished. The vibrant dreamer faded away. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. She stopped posting online. She ignored phone calls. She avoided gatherings. She withdrew from the world. The mirror became her enemy. Her beautiful clothes remained untouched. Her makeup dried out from neglect. Even her famous edges were no longer perfectly laid. The pain consumed her. Every memory hurt. Every photograph felt like a wound. Every mention of marriage triggered anxiety. Depression settled over her life like a dark cloud. Family members worried. Friends tried helping. Nothing seemed to work. Amara no longer trusted people, especially men. In her mind, every man represented betrayal. Every compliment felt suspicious. Every act of kindness appeared fake. She built walls around her heart. Walls so high that nobody could climb them. Years passed. Life continued moving. People got married. People had children. People achieved milestones. Meanwhile, Amara remained emotionally stuck on the day her wedding collapsed. One rainy evening, while volunteering at a community center, she met a man named Tund. He wasn't flashy. He wasn't famous. He wasn't trying to impress anyone. He simply showed up every week to help. At first, Amara barely noticed him. Then she noticed something unusual. He never sought attention. He never tried showing off. He never acted differently around attractive women. He treated everyone with equal respect. Weeks turned into months. Their paths crossed repeatedly. Not because either one planned it. Simply because life kept placing them in the same spaces. Amara remained cautious. Her heart remembered every wound. Her mind remembered every humiliation. Trust felt dangerous. Yet something about Tund felt different. He wasn't chasing her beauty. He wasn't interested in her online popularity. In fact, he barely cared about her social media presence. For the first time in years, Amara experienced genuine friendship without hidden expectations. Slowly, healing began. The laughter returned first. Then the confidence. Then the hope. The scars remained, but they no longer controlled her. For the first time since the wedding disaster, she started believing happiness might still be possible. Tund never rushed her, never pressured her, never demanded access to her heart. Instead, he allowed trust to grow naturally, like a tree planted carefully and watered patiently. Months became years. Their friendship deepened. Amara learned things about Tund that impressed her. His integrity, his consistency, his kindness, his patience. Most importantly, his actions always matched his words. Eventually, feelings developed. Not the intense excitement she once experienced with Chaik. Something stronger, something steadier, something mature. This love felt safe. And safety was something Amara had not felt in a very long time. Still, fear remained. The memory of abandonment haunted her. Sometimes she imagined history repeating itself. Sometimes she convinced herself happiness was temporary. But each time fear appeared, Tund's consistency reminded her that not everyone was the same. Not every story ended in heartbreak. Not every man betrayed trust. Not every relationship was built on deception. Gradually, Amara lowered her guard. The walls around her heart began crumbling, piece by piece, brick by brick, until eventually she allowed herself to love again. Years after the most painful day of her life, Tund proposed. The moment brought tears to her eyes, not because she doubted him, but because she remembered the woman she used to be. The broken woman, the depressed woman, the woman who believed love was finished forever. Now she stood stronger, wiser, healthier, more confident than ever before. The wedding preparations began. This time there was less noise, less social media attention, less pressure. Everything felt more intentional, more peaceful, more genuine. When the wedding day finally arrived, Amara felt nervous. Memories lingered. Trauma does not disappear overnight. Yet as she walked toward the ceremony, she noticed something. Peace. A feeling she had not experienced on her first wedding day. This time there were no grand performances, no desperate attempts to impress strangers, only love, family, faith, and sincerity. The ceremony unfolded beautifully. Every moment felt real. Every smile felt authentic. Every blessing carried meaning. At the center stood Tund, present, committed, certain. As Amara looked at him, she realized something important. The worst thing that happened to her had also redirected her life. If Chaik had stayed, she might never have discovered the difference between admiration and genuine love. She might never have learned the value of healing. She might never have become the woman she was today. The years of pain had not been wasted. They had shaped her, strengthened her, prepared her. Life after marriage was not perfect. No marriage is. Challenges still appeared. Disagreements still happened. Difficult seasons still came. But unlike before, Amara faced those challenges beside someone who remained, someone who stayed, someone who chose commitment every single day. Eventually, children arrived, their home filled with laughter. Photographs covered the walls. Memories accumulated. New dreams emerged. One evening, while watching the sunset from her balcony, Amara reflected on her journey. She remembered the young woman obsessed with perfection, the girl with the flawless edges, the glowing skin, the fashionable outfits, the endless compliments. Back then, she thought beauty was her greatest strength. Now she understood something deeper. Her greatest strength was resilience. Beauty attracted attention. Resilience carried her through suffering. Beauty opened doors. Resilience kept her moving when life knocked her down. Beauty faded and changed. Resilience grew stronger with every challenge. As darkness settled across the Lagos skyline, Amara smiled. Not because life had been easy, but because she survived everything that tried to break her. The abandoned wedding, the depression, the loneliness, the fear, the heartbreak, all of it. She survived. And beyond survival, she found joy again. The girl who once believed love was her greatest dream eventually discovered something greater. Healing. Because healing made love possible. And that healing transformed a broken bride into a woman whose story became proof that even after the deepest heartbreak, life can still surprise you with happiness. And for the first time in many years, Amara no longer feared the future. She welcomed it, with perfectly laid edges, a confident smile, and a heart finally at peace. As Amara's story reminds us, not every closed door is a punishment. Sometimes what feels like the biggest heartbreak of your life is actually protection leading you towards something better. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs encouragement today. And remember, your current pain is not the end of your story. Subscribe for more powerful African stories filled with drama, lessons, inspiration, and unforgettable journeys. Until the next story, stay blessed, stay hopeful, and never stop believing that better days can still find you. Red Heart Sparkles.